Have you ever hit January 1st feeling motivated and then mid-month you're right back at your starting point? If that sounds familiar, this episode's for you. Hi, I'm Jamie, and this is the Second Act Simplified podcast. This show is for women in midlife who want more clarity, confidence, and a next chapter that actually feels like it's their own. We keep things real. There's no pressure. There's no perfection. Just honest conversations to help you build a life that feels aligned with who you are now, not who you were 20 years ago. All right, let's get into today's episode. Last week, we talked about 3 signs that you're ready for a pivot in 2026. Those things were you were feeling misaligned, you were craving autonomy, or felt a shift in your energy. Once you start noticing those things, it's hard to unsee them. Today's activities are something different. It isn't about how you're feeling today. Today is about direction and action. This is a grounded 2026 pivot plan. It's not a 5-year roadmap, and it's not a massive reinvention. There are just 3 categories you can start right now: what to start, what to stop, and what to carry forward. I want to be really clear before we go any further. This isn't about quitting your job. This isn't about blowing up your life. This is just taking steps to evolve to where you want to go next and being intentional about it. Let's begin with what to start, because this is where you start to get momentum and build. Momentum comes from small, consistent shifts. Let's start with a weekly 20-minute clarity check-in. I would do this on a Friday or Saturday morning, maybe end of day Friday or Friday afternoon, early Saturday. You could even do it Sunday morning for the prior week. But once a week, take 20 minutes and just check in. Let that be quiet time for you. Don't be on your phone. Don't have the TV on, or if you do, like ambient noise, not watching a show. Really focus on yourself. Don't multitask. Let's ask 3 questions. What made me energized this week? What made me feel really good, really excited? Okay, question 2. What drained me this week? What do I want to do more of next year? Those are really important questions, and it's good to reflect on the previous week to see, did you do any activities that took you towards your next step, or do you still need to figure out where you're headed? This doesn't have to be a journaling exercise, although it can be. If you feel like journaling helps you process and write things out, I know a lot of people that do an activity about writing in the morning or writing when they're reflecting, and it allows them to get these feelings out. You could journal, but you don't have to have a journaling exercise. You just need to be honest with yourself and really look at what patterns are you starting to see. If you do this exercise for the next few weeks, please notice what patterns you're starting to see. Next is start one experiment each month. I'd like you to do that on a monthly basis and not a weekly or a daily basis, because if you're going to start something new, you need to do it more than once. We tend to overthink things. I don't want you to overthink it. I just want you to test something. Your experiment could be, maybe it's a side project. Maybe it's a new routine. Maybe there's something you really wanted to get in place. Give yourself a month to get that set up. Maybe it's feel better every day if I work out to some degree. Make sure you do that for the next month. Maybe you want to learn a new skill or fine-tune a skill. Take a course that takes about a month and make sure you set a timeline to do that, whether it's daily, 2 hours a week, something like that. Maybe you have something creative you want to do or a boundary that you want to put in place. Not everything you will try will stick, but you're gathering data about how you're responding, what you want to do. These activities can tell you kind of where you're headed. This really has more to do with where you think you might be headed. It's a good way to start a little test. Let's say you're interested in starting a business. Maybe each day you can take 15, 20 minutes to do some research or to take a course. Keep a simple list in your phone. I do this a lot. I like to write in notebooks, but if you're out and about, sometimes that doesn't work. I don't carry a notebook with me all the time. There's apps that you can use on your phone. I would use tasks. TickTick is something that you can pay for, notes, reminders, really anything. A lot of them are free. Start keeping notes about things that stick out to you. Sometimes I listen to podcasts and I'm like, you know what? I really want to look into this thing more. I'm not going to remember 10 minutes later once I get out of my car and go into work or go to the store, wherever I'm at. I will put notes into my phone so that I can come back and do that later. Every time something catches your interest, write it down. Maybe it's a podcast topic, a business idea, a skill you want to learn. It's really good to have those written down. I filled up a notebook this year. Some of it was to-do lists, some of it was things I wanted to learn, some of it was just brainstorming. It's amazing to look back at it and say, I can't believe how many things I've done. There's things I still need to finish up, or how far I've come. Things that were in my notebook at the beginning are no longer things I even really worry about now. Your curiosity is really the breadcrumbs that will lead you to your next chapter. Start a gentle boundary reset. This doesn't mean confrontation. It just means ownership. Ask yourself, what am I overgiving right now? I could think of some areas that I definitely overgive. What am I apologizing for that I shouldn't be? That's a problem for many of us. What am I tolerating that I've outgrown it, I'm over it? Those are things you need to keep in mind, especially if you're going to do something new. You need to protect your time, your energy, your space. Think about those things. Okay, part 2. What do you want to stop? Stop saying maybe later when you mean not right now. Maybe opens the door. Hey, do you want to do this? Maybe later. That's not going to happen right now. And that's okay to say that. Honestly, people probably would respect you more if they heard no instead of maybe, because at least they know, no, she's not going to do whatever we just asked. By saying maybe, it's like you're stuck and you're not closing the loop for people to just hear, nope, I'm not going to do that. And you're always leaving that door open, and it's really just emotionally draining. Don't commit to things that don't fit you, that drain your attention. Focus on the things that are clear to you. Saying no isn't a failure. I think a lot of women, myself included, feel really bad when we say no. But you can't be everywhere. You can't be everything to everyone. Sometimes you really just need to stop and say no. Stop carrying old definitions of success. What you thought success looked like 20 years ago may be very different now. Stop hanging on to your old definition of success and think about, what does success look like now? Does the version of success I'm chasing actually match the woman I am today? If your answer isn't really clear, this is something you need to pay attention to. Okay. Here's a reflection moment. What would feel lighter in your life if you simply stopped doing it next year? And sit with that for a little bit. Really take the time to think about it. What are you doing that you don't need to be doing or you don't want to be doing? Part 3 is what you should carry forward into the new year. This is what we overlook in our pivots. A lot of times people think, I have to start completely over if I'm going to do something new. That's not true. There are things that you're doing now that you need to continue to do in the future. It's not really starting over. You're clearing your mind of the things you don't need anymore. You're energizing yourself with things that you want to do going forward. Then you start building together both of those groups so that you are ready to pivot and do something new. Think about the skills that you want to carry forward. And this isn't your job title. These are skills. What skills do you have now that you want to take forward? Think about leadership. If you're a leader now and you want to do your own business, you're going to need leadership skills. Are you good at problem solving? You will need to do that in almost every area of your life anyway. Are you adaptable? Is that a skill you need to take forward? Are you good at planning? Is that something that you need to take forward or you could help others with? Are you good at mentoring, communication, organization? These are skills you probably have most of, if not all of those skills to some degree. Those have taken decades to build. You can say, well, I'm not a manager, or that's not my role. Well, you have lots of roles in your life. Are you leading your family? Are you helping take care of others? Are you doing any of these types of things in your career? Are you doing any of those types of things in your extracurricular activities? You have all these different areas of your life to pull from. Think about those skills and how can you use them, and how can you use them going forward, and what do you want to do going forward? You've had to adapt over the years. Most of us probably can't say their life looks exactly the same as it did 20 years ago. You've had to adapt. Maybe you've moved. Maybe you've had children. Maybe you've lost people. Maybe you've gone through a divorce. People change so much over the years. have those experiences taught you? And what skills have you used to navigate through those life experiences? What can you help others with going forward? Your relationships are also really important, and really focus on the strongest relationships you have. The people who are telling you the truth, and not in a wicked way, in a very encouraging way, or encourage your growth or support you. Those are the people you want to make sure you maintain contact with in the new year. You can't do this alone. You need positive reinforcement. You need good influence in your life. Think about, in a work experience, if you're around somebody who's really positive, they will have a positive impact on you. And during a bad day, maybe they annoy you. But in general, those people are better to be around. And think about the person who is constantly negative, pulls everybody down, and is just complaining and miserable. Do you really want to be around those people? Do you think they're helping you? Do you think they're encouraging you? Probably not. Think about the positive people that will be there for you in the coming year, especially if you're going to start doing something different. Our final reflection question for today: what are you already good at that you don't give yourself credit for anymore? Bring all these questions together. Our plan is simple. Start the things that help build clarity. Stop the things that drain your energy. Carry forward the strengths that already make you powerful. Once you think about those things and write them down, sometimes it's good to reflect at just how much you're progressing in a short amount of time. I would write them down. But this is not urgent. It's not chaotic. It's just a small intentional plan to help you get to where you want to go next. Your next chapter just requires some awareness, maybe some boundaries, and a little bit of courage to practice small steps each day. If you want support mapping out your direction for 2026, grab my Second Act Pathfinder. It will help you ask the right questions, uncover your strengths, and clarify your next steps without any overwhelm. The link will be in the show notes. If this episode helped you, make sure you like and subscribe, and share it with a friend who's quietly planning her next chapter next year too. I'll see you next week.